Ladies and gentlemen, good morning and welcome back to our channel once again. And it is my hope and prayer that this video is going to find you guys in good health. Personally, I am fine, as you can see. Kisumu is also fantastic. And maybe you could also let me know where you're watching the video from. The county or the country, in case you are out of the republic. Ladies and gentlemen, last week there was this press statement which was doing rounds online. Hopefully you got a chance to read it on this platform. I got it from many of you guys asking me to talk about it. The statement was talking about Edwin Sifuna's interview, and it was allegedly from UDA Party and signed by none other than the Secretary General of UDA Party. I want us to look at the objective of this particular letter, because I know for sure that the letter did not originate from Cleophas Malalah. But I also know that this letter was intended to achieve specific political objectives. And the letter actually achieved the objectives it was intended to achieve. The truth of the matter is that this letter, in my view, is the work of NIS. And NIS is currently working with the government of the day. And the government of the day is UDA Party. So the statement was intended to achieve some objectives. First of all, let us try and go through this letter. What it's trying to say. That it has become increasingly clear that there is a media conspiracy in Kenya intended to paint UDA Party as a home of intellectually challenged people by pitting our members against Nairobi Senator Edwin Sifuna during TV talk shows. The purveyors of this conspiracy have gone ahead to ambush UDA MPs and senators with complex questions meant to show that the cream of our party is unable to break down His Excellency President Dr. William Ruto's agenda to the people during their media appearances. Now, you can get what the release was intended to achieve. The truth of the matter is that majority of Kenya Kwanza leaders have felt the wrath of Edwin Sifuna. Beginning with Charles Owino, at some point they tried him, Kagushia, the latest, Mungatana, several of them. I just want you guys to listen to Edwin Sifuna destroying these UDA leaders so that we can understand the objective which this letter was intended to achieve.
Allow me to lay a background.
Don't describe characters.
No, I have not described anyone. Madam Chair, what I want to request you, please don't engage in our brawls. Please, just sit and be a neutral referee. I have not named anyone. I have just said that we have come to accept that in this house we will have to be content with very serious acute short man syndrome by some people on the majority side. This is why every time we stand here, we are hardly ever given an opportunity to express our opinions in the manner in which we are supposed to. We have raised this objection and we shall not tire to put it on the record that in fact our interest here is to debate things soberly. But if the environment does not allow for us to debate soberly, we will act the way these short men want us to act. We will be short like them.
No. How was it lost?
It is.
How was it?
How was it lost? Eh?
Now that you say you people know.
How it was lost? Yeah. They mismanaged their campaigns.
Okay.
No. Yeah. They never even protected their vote. In fact, they did not even have agents.
Okay.
You see, even today. But let's not go there. Let's not go there.
But let's no. Let me just ask you one question.
Yeah.
Owino, why is there a need to protect votes? From what? Why does anyone need to protect votes?
Why do you need a server?
No, I'm just asking you.
My question is,
why do you need to protect votes?
Fine.
Why
do we have a server?
No, a server is just a technological advantage to collect.
Is it for protection?
No, that's what I'm asking you.
No. Is it for protection?
It's not for protection. Yeah. I'm asking you why in an electoral system
I want to
be fair, why do I need agents?
Why?
Why do I need agents in an election?
Why is it in our process we need to take records.
I think his point is, if it was right and credible, you would not need to have something.
Why do you have a watchman in your house?
Because they are thieves.
Eh?
Because they are thieves.
Yes.
And electoral thieves. And if you are not vigilant, they end up in the place that you are. That's what we are saying. You are thieves.
They are demanding that you decongest. You're telling the government that you need to decongest prison from 66,000 to establish capacity of 32,000 to save 18 billion annually. I mean, really. You're telling the government that now go and decongest. Where do you want to take the prisoners? For example, you want the government to direct courts that today don't take prisoners, don't admit any person or something. It's not really practical.
It's actually reasonable.
But
we will explain.
It's a reasonable. Yeah. Exactly. They will say, do more prisons.
No.
And then they'll say,
not necessarily Osoro.
Or
no. Just release the petty.
You see, the bulk of those, the bulk of those people are petty offenders. Do you know Osoro? For
then tomorrow, I know it is very true.
Let me give you an example here at Industrial Area Prison. Do you know that we still have young people who were arrested during the protests, rotting there in that particular jail?
At our cost.
Yeah, at the cost of the taxpayer. So these proposals are not unreasonable. They are not practical. We have thought these things through, because thinking is what we do. Because it's a handicap on your side. We will think for you. We will think for you, then give you this problem.
But it's not really, you really can't just say that it's the entire 66,000.
Yeah, we don't expect you to understand. You are now starting to think. It will be painful for you. Let us think for you, Osoro.
For me.
Let us think for you, and then we will tell you how it will work. We can be able to improve our financial standing, to help our families come out of poverty, to be able to feed our children, to school them. If you are telling me that the entire purpose of looking for a job is to pay taxes, there is no point of me working. I am working to employ and to improve my lot. You cannot tell me that the entire justification for people to have jobs is to pay taxes. That is not why we exist. So we are saying, grow the number of people who you are taxing. I have not refused to pay the 30% tax that I pay. I don't have a choice in it. I am saying, if there were 2 and 3 or 4 of us paying the same amount, you would have more. Instead of milking one cow until it dies. You are a bullfighter. Why can't you understand these analogies that use cows? Get 2 cows, 2 dairy cows that you can get a liter each. Instead of taking 10 liters from one cow, it will die. Number 3, when he tells me to go slow, my wings will fall off. They are my wings. Let them fall off if they will. But I will move at the speed that I'm moving with. Because I want to tell you, Farah, it is possible for a president to govern in accordance with the law. You are saying things that do not even exist. And I want to advise you to leave the law to the lawyers. Because
can I just remind you one thing? Can I just remind you something?
Let me finish.
Write it down, Farah.
I have said I have refused all your advice. Because I can see you are speaking from a position of severe ignorance. The office of the deputy president put out an advertisement for seafood, supply of seafood. What does Gachagua know about seafood? Huyu ni mtu wa Mutura. Anatafuta seafood ya nini, and it is at the expense of our taxpayers' money. You should cut that spending fast before you tell Kenyans to tighten their belts, you know. So the problems are known, the solutions are known. We asked for a reprieve. We even told them that.
The truth of the matter is that Edwin Sifuna has been destroying these UDA leaders mercilessly. And Edwin Sifuna currently is a hero in the eyes of both UDA supporters and Azimio supporters. The truth is, even UDA supporters are in agreement that Edwin Sifuna is good. And let me just continue reading the letter so that you can understand what it says. To avoid further embarrassing episodes, the party is now pulling the plug on the appearance of its members alongside Senator Sifuna in any show, regardless of media house hosting it. By this communication, members and elected leaders of UDA are henceforth required to confirm with the media houses if Sifuna is part of any show they are invited to, and immediately decline the invitation if he is on board. You can clearly see the intention of this press release. The truth is, this letter did not come from Malala, but it came from the NIS. And the message is very clear that they don't want any UDA leader to face off with Sifuna. And it concludes, this decision is occasioned by the desire of the party to project the ideologies of His Excellency Dr. William Ruto in a way that minimizes embarrassment and humiliation to the party and its leadership. The truth of the matter is that Edwin Sifuna has been really humiliating Kenya Kwanza leaders during these shows. So in this video, I want us to figure out the intention which this letter was intended to achieve. Because I strongly believe, normally, that in politics, nothing happens out of mere coincidence. Everything in politics is normally well planned, well scripted, and executed to achieve a specific political objective. But before you do that, for those who are watching this channel for the first time, please take a second or two, click that subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support, because without that support, this channel cannot be where it is. Ladies and gentlemen, what do you think was the objective which this letter was intended to achieve? Because it has already achieved the objective, and you saw Cleophas Malalah talking about it, dismissing it. The first objective was that they wanted to gauge the reaction of Kenyans if UDA as a political party were to instruct their leaders not to appear for any talk show with Edwin Sifuna. And of course, you saw how the letter circulated very fast. By right now, I'm 100% certain that the people who commissioned this task have already gathered enough information, so they know the mood of the country if they were to do that. Number two, I'm also convinced that this was a message to UDA leaders that before going for any interview, they should figure out who will be pitted the other side. In fact, during the last election, majority of Azimio supporters were always getting surprised by the caliber of Azimio leaders who were being interviewed. The truth is, during the last election, Kenya Kwanza were very clear that most of their interviews were, if it was touching on economy, it was Ndindi Nyoro. If it was just general politics, Kimani Ichung'wah. At some point, there was Kipchumba Murkomen. They chose their best. But for Azimio, you would always see them just picking randomly. Some people could not even speak. Edwin Sifuna is the right person. So I'm certain that moving forward, you will not be seeing Edwin Sifuna mostly on media, because they'll try to sideline him. Number three, I think the NIS is also telling Kenya Kwanza that before they go for these media interviews, they should prepare so well. Because if they don't do that, the person who is going to be embarrassed is none other than William Samoei Arap Ruto. So they have achieved those objectives. I don't know what to think. That's my take. Until next time, Makwiny. Bye-bye.